actually done by this time, and we're starting a game here at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Thanks for sticking with us, folks. There's been a lot of awesome Dota today. This is just week 1 of the DPC. A great starter for what's to come. This is going to be an intense season, guys. I can feel it. My bones are aching.
Upper and lower gameplay is much higher.
Yeah.
The level of play.
The teams are much closer to each other.
That too.
Sure.
Hey, it's Myers.
Okay. They've been the Morphling too.
Yeah. That is an Angel classic, right? It's not like that's the first time he's played Morphling.
Right.
It's
But doesn't that mean the Beastman is in? Was Beastman in last game? And I just didn't notice?
No,
he was
no,
banned.
he was banned.
Yeah.
But you're right, Beastmaster.
And then they won a Phoenix too, and then you still have the Inner Beast versus the Egg.
Do you? Because it gets maxed to like level 16 or something.
Well, I was kind of thinking more towards Theban's logic of maybe skipping more on the call.
Okay.
Even so, you could also just Beastmaster Phoenix. You could take both if you wanted. All right, well, they're already addressing the Phoenix, that's for sure. It's also good versus the Arena, of course.
I wonder if they're going to get like a Dream Stroke just to get some kill potential in that lane, or if they're going to get like 2 heroes unrelated to the same lane.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess Timber is also open.
Yeah. Is it crazy to go Jug Beastmaster here? Is it just completely nuts to grab 2 big cores like that?
It feels weird, but Beastmaster's so good, it might just be worth it.
I feel similar. And we saw in first phase Jug work pretty well. This hero is also in that kind of hard to directly counter. He's neutral or positive in most matchups. They go Oracle instead.
Okay.
Beginning of a healing lineup, perhaps. Good synergy there. Percentages and whatnot.
Yeah. You also get decent kill potential with the Oracle. He is, both offensive and defensive, as you like to point out. I think this is fine. I was not mocking Zyuria. It was just you like Oracle, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, sure. I like Oracle. It's a good hero. Cool lore, cool spells. I like any support. That's what I like about Witch Doctor is that he does big damage and that he can save lanes with his heal. Oracle's like equal but opposite. He's mostly healing, but he's got that big damage. There's the Beastmaster, so Thunder Predator will be the ones to take 2 big cores instead. They're mid and they're off lane.
Question.
Answer.
You pick Oracle when you could have picked Beastmaster. Do you regret the decision?
You should.
Because
I guess Oracle is good against Beast in some ways, but the Dispel isn't enough. But the Fortune's End does help in some cases. Yeah, I don't know, man. This feels a little bit like the Ursa thing.
You guys remember that Beastmaster game where we're like, oh no, they have a bat and this Beastmaster is going to be awful.
It didn't do anything.
And then, it didn't matter at all. So I wonder if we're going to have a same situation here. Oof, okay. So they're going to take the DP. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Leshrac being taken out too, because these heroes that force towers still seem to be really strong this patch.
And there's a Oracle too, so yeah, same logic. Yeah. Just keeping them alive in the middle of the fights. Probably can't fit in the ABBA anyway, just for like quick speed.
Infamous turn to
what does Jug need? An Invoker's Band. All of our buff up heroes are gone. Slider kind of looks okay.
Ogre, dude. The old Ogre Jug. Yeah.
Yeah, but you already have Oracle, so that's 6.
Well, I know, but you really do want Bloodlust. This is weird from Infamous. I'm not sure where we're going with this Oracle opener.
They're free. They can just, they're keeping their options open. They're going to pick some whatever 4 and then get a decent count because they've already revealed 2 cores inside of Thunder Predator. So despite it being like, because the next phase of the draft is typically where Thunder Predator gets counterpicked twice, but since they've already revealed their cores for the most, it could be a 4 Mars maybe, but I feel like that puts you at a decent enough disadvantage anyway. Honestly,
I think I've seen MJZ playing. I think he played support 5 Mars in the DPC, so they could definitely flex this.
Don't pick a ranged offlaner then. Let's go with that.
Yes.
Don't
yes.
give them any value in a position 5 Mars potentially.
No free trips to Value Town.
No, we don't stamp those tickets.
Okay. They take the Timber. I don't know. I think I'll just take the Lasher. I think it's way too good with the Oracle.
Infamous. Turn to ban.
Conka.
Kunkka again.
Yeah, I'd be taking Lesh. I'd probably take the Lesh like maybe even now. But before even picking my 4. I'm not sure what 4 I'd want. Maybe Rubik looks kind of okay.
10 seconds remaining.
It's decent.
Clockwork?
5 seconds
Yeah, you get the summons.
Did Shaker win the game he played? He lost, right?
No, he lost, but I thought he looked kind of okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Shaker here. I guess they do have the Hawk, though, so it might be hard to go for those initiations. They take the PA. Oh, Mag's still up. That's a hero we saw a little bit of.
Oh, true.
Oh, yeah, there's a buff
maybe
hero.
Mag is the hero
Yeah.
that they need. Yeah.
Great shout. That's
seconds
very
remaining.
solid. And he just looked good, too. Like, still a lane dominator in mid.
5 seconds remaining.
Farms jungle real fast. Get that echo, like one of few heroes that's getting an early Echo Saber. And it actually feels like Value Town.
Yeah. And they have the Oracle, so there's not going to be a counter to the RP unless they go like Abba. I like it. You killed the boars pretty easily, too. We're pretty tanky.
I mean,
Probably
just-
don't die to the arena.
Oh, there's no Tusk. Damn.
Yeah.
Why did they ban the Tusk? They could have just picked it here.
Yeah, they're getting rid of some of the better
So
pairings,
what's
I
the
guess.
4 that you want now? I mean,
Grim's still up.
I think I think I kind of like Rubik still. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of bad
Ruby?
versus new axe. It's just really
I
sticking
wonder
out there
though,
for some
the
reason.
cast point on everything you see with Rubik is really good. I mean, they already picked the Dark Willow, but
Okay.
I think Rubik's axes are probably even better than Beastmasters, right? Because the cast point is better, so they come back to you faster.
More mana and the amp.
True. Oh, yeah.
Plus, it amps up all your spells too, right? So you could like
And you have
axe,
like
axe, fade
insane
bolt.
cast range too.
Yeah.
But they go with the Willow.
5
I think
seconds remaining.
it's solid.
Infamous.
She's very
Turn
popular
to
today.
ban.
We've seen quite a bit of her.
Ugh.
All right, ground targeted stun versus the Willow is nice, though. I will say,
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
And the Hacks versus Jug, one of the ways to stop the split push. I guess they also have the Roar, so they're pretty well equipped to deal with this
There's
Jug.
a lot of stuns. Yeah, I like their
10
CC chain.
seconds
And
remaining.
anything that catches him, they got arrows. They got all sorts of stuff to follow up. This is
5
solid.
seconds
Like I said
remaining.
before, I like Lion when he's got a really good front line. And so far, this is about as good as it gets.
Oh, a hard jump.
Dire team ban.
Snap pick here.
Oh, we got a game.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, that's a hero to isolate the Oracle and take him out of the fight. Very good for that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't care about Jug at all because you just blink out of Omnis Lash. This is a
10
really good
seconds
intimate game.
remaining.
Yeah.
Hard to get better than this.
This looks
5
fantastic.
seconds remaining.
You do have the root from the Oracle. That's not
You cannot
so
just
useful.
reflect it though. You just press E.
Yeah, you're right. I thought it out in my head as I was saying it. All right, you got a Sand King stun. Super solid. We're gonna need a little more.
They're banning
Oh,
the
God.
anti Beastmaster mid heroes, probably, right?
Yeah.
Monkey King's that good against Beast? I guess so. All right, that's
Do you
a dead
mid Ursa
hero.
for Infamous or like some
seconds remaining.
weird ass?
Yes, I actually think you do.
Time for the
You-
mid
or
Slark.
Huskar.
5 seconds
Maybe.
remaining.
Oh, Huskar. Yeah. They
Huskar
only have one
Oracle.
ban left.
Whoa.
Oh, dude, they should
That's a good
definitely
call.
Huskar. Oh, that would be
That's
so
a
nasty.
really good call.
Yeah.
That might be able to save this draft.
Let's see if they ban it.
Oh,
They have one ban, guys. One chance.
oh, I
to take
so
the
hope they
Huskar.
don't. What if they went
It is
mid
last pick
Slardar?
for Infamous too. It's so
Yeah.
good. There's a lot of value.
There's a couple mid Slardar
Dire
could be kind of
team
hype.
ban.
Maybe they're Meepo players.
Sure.
Whoa, wait, what?
They take the what?
How did they blank ban with 10 seconds left?
Infamous.
Did they blank
Turn
ban? How do you
to
know?
ban.
Oh
No,
my
they
god.
didn't.
Sorry,
just-
my thing moved. What the hell just happened? Okay, my bad.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Mine looked really weird.
All good.
Mine shifted
Visual
for a
bug.
second, then it went back.
Yeah. So
You know-
Viper ban. All right.
Yeah, I actually. What if they pick Husker
10
for
seconds
Thunder Predator
remaining.
and they offlane this Beastmaster?
All
Is that
right,
too
all right.
bad?
Relax.
Why?
Relax, Bowie.
What? For what reason would you do that?
Then they could just
because
pick...
you didn't ban Husker, and now Husker is open against your mid Beastmaster, and you realize a huge mistake that you just done.
And you see them getting rid of the passive destroying Viper and think, aha, this is their game.
So this is probably is this a 5 lion? Is that enough to support the anti-mage?
It's okay.
No,
it's a
I think
Sentinel.
they might
It's a
actually be
4
picking
lion?
a 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they banned the Abba and Phoenix, looking
10
for something that
seconds
can
remaining.
what do we like a warlock here? Something that's just super
5 seconds.
I
Pick
heal bot
AA
you?
or something.
like
Oh,
undying.
Stop
something
them,
in
that
that
might be.
realm.
AA is actually really good
Infamous
versus
turn to
Jugger
play.
Oracle.
Void incarnate.
Wait.
What do you mean? Okay, is it a 4
Yeah,
void?
It's 4 Mars, right? 4 Mars.
4 Mars and a 3 void?
Yeah.
Mid void and a 3 beast with a 4 Mars? Like,
I think it might be...
they did it.
Your hero.
There you go.
Nice snipe,
Yeah.
guys. There it is. The Huskar. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, it's a Leo Void Spirit. That'll go mid.
All right,
Frank
let's
takes
go.
the Beastmaster, and MJZ takes Mars.
Well, I gotta say, now that the drafting's
5
over,
Mars.
this is probably my best 9-game series of drafting, so I'll probably retire after this. I think I'm done. I'm
I
good.
gotta say,
5
even though
Mars,
it's so
though?
late,
Thanks.
I'm proud of us. Like,
Yeah.
we actually snapped the Husker from a mile away.
Yeah,
Lion
you can jump on that
Beastmaster?
Wii. Sure, come on along. It's fine. I'll let you on my coattails. It's okay.
Now, is it actually game winning, though? Because remember, you guys said this is to beat the Beastmaster mid. Beastmaster's off lane.
Game winning.
I think, yeah, not only beats the Beastmaster, but the Void Spirit is also gonna get trashed. So
Yeah.
I can't
You don't
believe they
think
banned
Anti-Mage
Viper
can do it?
and not Husker.
You guys
Yes.
are all on this Huskar. Okay.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I am prepared to see the light if Thunder Predator actually Leostai wins this. I think he's winning TI or something because I think this lane should be impossible.
Husker.
Okay.
Husker.
Bold
Husker.
words for game 3. I like this, Bowie. Trent, you're going to ride that train
Yeah,
all day
come on.
long,
One of
baby?
the Huskar. They gave us the Huskar. Let's go Infamous.
All right.
I don't care who wins. We made 9 games
I'm
anyway.
going contrarian.
Great day,
I
though.
was born contrarian. I'm dying on this hill.
It's pronounced
They snap
cesarean.
picked the anti-mage. They snap picked the anti-mage. They've got a goddamn plan, and I want to believe. Gare
Okay.
Bear, are you team anti-mage or are you team Huskar? Don't let me down, son.
Anti-Mage. Huskar. I can't. I don't know. It's so difficult to choose. I love Huskar, but Anti-Mage is so beautiful. Look at that man who hits creeps all game long. Theban, save me. I'm going Huskar. Infamous. They're going to take it 2-1.
I don't think I can fight against you there, Gary. I think the Huskar looks pretty damn good here too. The idea of the anti-mage was nice against the Sand King. You know, you got the mana burn, you can win the lane right really easily, but then the Mars 5, not a big fan of that. And Huskar, he's going to be able to kill these heroes very easily. I think once Huskar decides to change lanes, maybe go into the AM lane, take his tower, take mid tower, take Roshan, game's going to look real hard unless MNZ can just play like an absolute god, farm like the fastest battlefield you've ever seen, and split push and never die.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be one of those games, but they showed that in game 2 they can do that kind of thing, right? The macro play, the ability to cut waves, create pockets of space where they shouldn't really exist. Thunder Predator have definitely done a good job at that, as we are in the regular tradition of pausing for a few minutes before the game starts. So we do have a little bit of time here to also talk about this offlane Beastmaster. What is that about? Not going to go for the Axis build, I guess?
Yep, he won't be going for the Axis build. There's no way he can do that. That's just way too greedy for an offlane Beastmaster. He's already queued up the Dominator. I can see in the game right now. Just going to go for the Aura bot play, try to buff up the Anti-Mage, try to buff up the Void Spirit. And this Beastmaster should maybe have an easier time fighting the Oracle. Let's not forget, they're playing against Oracle Huskar. This is one of like the OG cheese strats,
Yes.
right? Ever since Oracle came out. So that's going to be really interesting. And the game is unpausing at last.
Oh, here we go. Game 3, last game of the evening. After a pretty long stretch, some
you
seriously
emphasize that
exciting
again?
series.
The 9th game, 9 out of 9. There was a chance to have 9 out of 9 games. We hit all 9.
Yeah, I mean, what time did we start? We started like 6 p.m. my time. It's closing in like 10 hours. I had a good old day.
Very solid. Full day of Dota. It's awesome. I think it goes to show how close these teams are now in terms of individual skill or as a team in general. I think Season 1 really showed like what it takes to be here, and these teams are now like practicing in a way to prove that they deserve to be here.
Yeah, it's become incredibly
30
competitive.
seconds to battle.
I mean, we definitely had some, front runners in Season 1, and I guess that affects us, right? We get biased. We think about teams as being maybe slightly ahead of other ones, but with all that practice and training, stepping up to the plate here, as Infamous, not going to go for any of their smoke plays, playing Radiant, and not wanting to move into that dire side of the map. I'm going to give Thunder Predator both of the bottom runes, it looks like, and just go for the top ones themselves.
The battle begins.
MJZ Mars he's wandering pretty deep here.
You know what
he looking for?
Huskar reminds me of, Gary?
What's that?
The first time SA went to a major and absolutely wrecked. Do you remember that?
What was it?
It
was
was
it Infamous
the
or was it
Frankfurt major.
Unknown? Was it Team
Unknown. Frankfurt major. Huskar Dodo. Yep. And this has always been a love of South America, Huskar.
Yeah, the good old arm toggling hero. Man, my memories of that major are just Shadow Fiend doing that taunt. dropping items on the floor.
Yep.
Yes.
We got a good memory.
Well, it's sad we don't see that anymore. Of course. Got to.
Yeah,
Huskar at mid lane, level 1 in a fire.
So good now. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why he's so much better now. He's pretty much got a 1-second stun with doing 100 damage on the mid lane from the knockback. And then it also disarms them.
Yeah, so good at securing creeps. And now he's hit level 2, so he can start applying that pressure onto the Void Spirit properly. Melee heroes hate playing against this Huskar. Those burning spears. Definitely keep our eyes open.
They also don't really have the supports that can just roam onto him and kill him, like a Tusk or something of that sorts.
Man, Leo Star's going to burn through so much of this region, like he's scrambling towards that bottle. Needs a couple more creeps to get it.
This is so hard now. Like he has to buy other region, or else he's just gonna sit there waiting for a creep to get low enough to get the Resident Pulse off. And if he misses that,
what a great spear! MJZ pushes Mariana back and burning through a lot of the mana there of the Sand King. I guess they'll just salve up Minos, keep him in that lane. But so far, looking pretty freaking good for that top lane with a +5 Mars. Perfect CS for the AM.
It's just gonna try to maybe use a spear, make the Sand King in the Sandstorm get out, but Mariano is not gonna go for that build. Caustic Finale is better against Anti-Mage. Maiko though, one thing I'm really curious about is why he went for this Boots of Speed build. I think when you play against Anti-Mage, you want to get a bunch of stats so you can just keep slapping him. Because he's gonna be harassing your Sand King a lot, and you're gonna need to be beating him up. But look at that damage. MNZ's so low again.
And keep pummeling him. I was wondering, maybe Michael wanted to like wave drag or stop the camps from being pulled, but he's not accomplishing any of that just yet.
Yeah,
and then down
the lane
in that,
is pushed up into them.
Down in that bottom lane, Frank with Moose. So far, Beastmaster having a good time. Very close in CS to the Juggernaut. Oracle.
Yep.
Gonna start trying to stack and pull these camps.
Moose just stopping Axel here from getting any pulls off. Doesn't want to let the Juggernaut get too much XP from just farming under the tower. This also keeps very safe position. Frank, you can see, just skilled up a call, also skilling up an Inner Beast. I mean, this is the old Beastmaster build, right? With the normal Necro book, if it was still here. Rest in peace.
The what, sorry? the what book?
Hey, it may be dead, but it's not forgotten, okay, Gary?
It still exists in Underlords, I'll tell you now. I noticed that the other day. Played a game of Underlords and they still have Necronomicon in it as Moose is Lion. There's a rotation from Michael trying to punish that Lion from playing too far forward.
Wow.
Getting first blood onto Axel.
Yeah, very interesting rotation from Michael here. I mean, they do get the first blood, which is nice, but now they're leaving the Sand King all on his own against the Anti-Mage. which is a little bit concerning. Now the anti-mage is gonna free farm even further. I mean, I guess he's already free farming, and that's probably why Michael left the lane.
Yeah, nothing they can do to stop it. And I do like this from Mariano, going for the bottle, knowing, like the conversation we had previously about heroes like Huskar, Invoker, not going for bottles, so the offlaner picking one up makes a lot of sense to actually make use of those runes.
Exactly.
And we'll bring Michael back up here.
You know what, Gary? I think Leo Style is doing way better than I would have thought in this mid lane. It's got 16-1. Last time, who was it? A Storm Spirit got absolutely demolished. Had to go into a jungle at like level 3 or something.
Yeah, got handled in that lane. I mean, Leo Style does move forward very aggressively here, but I think Resonant Pulse is definitely helping him to kind of weather the storm of aggression from Huskar. Allows him to be just a little tankier. 5 minutes. We're going to try and stack a little camp. Huskar still does have that free reign, like 12 denies, 28 CS. His armlet is going to come pretty quickly, and that's the point where he'll start transitioning out of the mid lane into the side lanes. Looking to keep that pressure going as top lane. And they do see Mariano, but he's dipped away. And again, Minos dropping pretty low on the HP front, having to battle with Michael's right clicks. Doesn't have blink up. I'll focus on MJZ instead. Shadow Realm ready. Might be able to finish him off if they can just move into the tree line and find him, but he's pushed him out with a God's Rebuke. Even thinking about the spear, but he doesn't have mana for it. Burst Strike misses, but MJZ still found. It's Mariano very nearly dying to tower. He's gonna fall. That trade doesn't seem worth it.
I think he doesn't give the kill to the anti-mage, so doesn't get all the gold, does get a bunch of XP, but he had no mana roll regen anyway, so dying to the tower means he's gonna get a TP. He's going to be able to go back top with full resources, and now MNZ sitting there with 300 health will be pressured by the Sanctuary. So not absolutely worst.
Angel's Jug, he's got spin in a couple of seconds.
Leo Style.
They don't have axes.
He's the one in danger, Gary.
Oh, yeah, he is. Down you go. Burst down. Void Spirit gone, and Angel is perfectly fine. Walked through, got his Ring of Health, sprints away. And now Huskar with a DD rune. Oh, where does he go? Does he run bot? Do they look for kills?
Nah, he's just gonna go back mid and stay there. He's not gonna look for kills right now. He just wants to get his armlet, continue to farm up. I think bottom Juggernaut, he's doing all right. He's got a decent amount of farm. He's gonna build into that phase boost and Battle Fury, it looks like. You just kind of want to play on levels right now. You don't want to rush anything as Infamous. Your timing comes around 10 minutes when Anti-Mage just kind of wants to farm. Thunder Predator want to try and do something as 4, and then you just kind of run at them with all your heroes and take objectives.
Put all those puzzle pieces together. And I guess with a DD rune and a catapult mid, they can actually chip away at the mid tier 1 significantly.
That's so much better. If you just run at this tower, then the Void Spirit is going to ask for help. Void Spirit doesn't have a TP, by the way. It got cancelled. So that's on a 47-second cooldown. They're going to need to bring Lion mid, Mars mid, and then that means Juggernaut can get the 1v1 bottom and the Sankey can get the 1v1 top while still applying crazy amount of pressure mid lane and possibly even taking a tower right now. They're so strong at the moment.
Yeah, you can see that MJZ's line is drawn, saying he's going to try and swing through, maybe scout out where the Sand King is, because Mariano at this point, he's taken out a couple of stacks. Sandstorm up to level 2 now. So we'll have his boots pretty shortly, and he is rushing straight into that Blink Dagger on the Sand King. Back underway. Now let's see how this all pans out. So Void Spirit with no TP can't come into mid. Huskar with a DD rune straight onto Moose's Lion. Burst through that poor level 3 Lion. And now the push onto the tower. Look, they're pinging it out. Lion saying, hey, we've got to move heroes here. We have to mount a defense.
I think this tower is going to die, Gary. Leo Style is so far away. The DD Huskar.
Yeah, what's going to stop it? Mars is here, but they've been dewarded. Cursed Crown and Fortune's End. Get some chain stuns going onto MJZ, and now the life break. Huskar straight on top of him. Mars, a 3rd kill in a row. Michael's the one on the killing spree.
That's actually really good, because now they pull the aggression away from the mid tower, and Axel has to come in, tank the tower now. So the creeps will go in and protect the catapult.
God, Carty.
They're losing a lot of HP to this tower now. I mean, I think MJZ just did an amazing play. We just pulled the heroes towards him, allowing Thunder Predator, Leo Style to have enough time to be able to remove this catapult.
The Radiant eyes bigger than their stomachs. They wanted the kill and the tower and more. They
I
couldn't
like
fit it
that.
all in.
Eyes bigger than their stomachs.
I guess it's kind of similar to biting off more than you can chew, but
Yeah.
Moose. Smoke in from the 2 Radiant supports. They've got tons of disables and the spin
spin.
to bypass that Earth Spike, but he's been roared up, and MJZ is here.
Do they have the
Angel
damage?
being focused down. Down goes the Juggernaut. Axel's also going to get chased by the double boars. He disarms one of them, but he's still slowed down enough.
alive.
The final touch. Where is it? He can't get the
Very
kill.
nice.
Frank
Good
and
enough.
MJZ onto Michael. Curse Crown to stun him, and a boar into the tree line. It's going to scout the Dark Willow, but she's got another Shadow Realm or a Bramble Maze even. Try and get her out of this, but speared up against a tree, and Michael loses the streak.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Very nice there from MJZ. I mean, they get the kill onto the Lion, but the Juggernaut dying there was definitely not worth it. Oracle tried to go in, maybe use a Fate's Edict on the Jug, save him, but the range is just too short on that level 1 Fate's Edict. It just back bottom though.
Yeah, they're going to try and kill off Angel again. They've got the stuns to do it.
Oh, wait.
He's spinning.
They don't have mana? Oh, they don't have any
No spear.
mana. On the Mars, yeah. Okay.
Well, they'll force them back. We'll turn this bottom lane into a tri-lane now around the Beastmaster. Out come the little boars. They've got the Hawk to give them vision. Looks
KXY
like Willow,
with the arm
Oracle,
limit.
Juggernaut trying to get out of there and
Is he
dissimulate.
okay?
I mean, top lane
Arm
also, Sankey's being chased. Everywhere you look, it's just an onslaught. Axel's going to die to the boars. Yeah, Leo Style's fine, and Sand does slip away from the grasp of the anti-mage. Ooh. It's getting a little bit spicy.
Radiant are
And
scanning.
Huskar is still yet to finish that mid tower.
He's got the armlet though. With this creep wave, he should be able to do it.
Dire's middle
Leo
tower
Style dissimulates back. Good decision. And now this is where KXY
has fallen.
can move out of his lane, go scout out in that dire jungle, see if he can find
Mariano's
any.
farming ancients. What is going on here?
Sand King, 10 minutes in farming ancients. What's he got? 1,000 gold
That's
saved
a new one.
towards the blink.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But he's getting all the neutral items for his team.
Oh,
Mid.
Huskar?
Nope.
Armlet toggles.
Yeah, KXY is just playing with him. Leo Style, he tried his luck. If Leo Style can somehow snipe a Huskar, catch him with his pants down, get a kill, like he's gonna be level 9 instantaneously, and then he's got a game going for himself. I mean, he's still got a good game going for himself. He's got 51 last hits laning against a Huskar. That's incredible to me.
Yeah, he's only what, like 1,000, 1.4k behind the Huskar in net worth.
Rest easy, child.
And equally, the Anti-Mage, top of the net worth, 5,100. Battle
This
Fury,
AM.
but Claymore away.
So good, the free farm for MNZ. I love the casual Orb of Venom that he had, and then he puts it out. He bought it just for the laning stage to punish the Sand King. Now he's gone bottom to free farm, and mid tower going to be assaulted by Thunder Predator.
Mariana there with a Sandstorm. Ether Remnant, not going to land, but they've got a couple of sentries surrounding him, so moves with a Hex and a
Dead.
Finger of Death burst through with the help of the Centaur Stomp. And TP's cancelled. They don't want to bring
Dire's top
heroes in.
Ooh, that means it's a dead tower, Gary. They still
Are they
got
going to try
roar
and
ready.
walk it down?
They got the next stuns available too on the Lion. Huskar's going to TP in first. Oh boy.
They've also TP'd to the tier 2 behind him. Life break in a fire. Leo Style loses about 30% of his health as the Terrorize thought about, but the False Promise does get spent. And Huskar doesn't get a kill off the back of it. And defending that tower, though, of course, important.
Yep, most definitely. And this is going to give more space to MNZ. No one's messing with him. And remember earlier when I said he's going to have some record-breaking... He's got to have some record-breaking Battle Fury? Well, he's on pace for that. Considering this AM has 0 kills. And went treads first.
Absolutely. Pretty damn speedy. And he's going to be able to backtrack through that jungle now and even get into his triangle if he wants to, very safely. While the rest of the squad making a pretty big barrier in their own jungle. Leo Style aiming for Aghanim Scepter, so not going to go for Yules or anything like that. Try and get those silences going while Frank, Beastmaster, Drums, Helm, Satyr leading the charge.
Or a bot.
And
No boots.
he is. Yeah, he pops. Look, he's got no boots, so he pops the drums to move faster. Come on, let's go catch someone. And it might be the Huskar,
Oracle.
you know. Oh, they see him. Radiant vision. It catches a glimpse of the lion, so they go onto the Oracle instead with a roar. Axel found by Frank.
Takes its course.
That's a lot of attack speed, Gary.
From who?
The Beastmaster with the inner beast and the drum.
Oh, yeah. Just wax him down. Like, that move is pretty important because it kind of deters Huskar from sneaking a Roche or something like that, doesn't it?
Definitely. And they want to be able to control the top and mid-air of the map on Thunder Predator if they can, because AM is already securing bottom. And this, like you said, will stop Huskar from getting Roshan. And Aegis is exactly how Infamous can just walk down mid lane and force the AM to do something that he doesn't want to do.
Angel with a very ballsy move forward to D-Ward. He does have the
Blink Dagger Sanking.
trio.
This is their go time.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
And that-
They don't have they have good vision on Lion, but they want a bigger kill than a Lion. They don't want Lion.
Yeah, they want that Beastmaster or someone else. Maybe the Centaur creep. Oh, that's a huge one. Pop the drums and run away. Thunder Predator. Do not want to face off against this Huskar at all. Just buying time for the AM to continue free farming.
You know, they should have just settled for the Lion kill. Now they get nothing. It's like the previous game when we saw Thunder Predator. They were willing to coil and use Rolling Thunder on just a position 5 Grimstroke. So sometimes you just gotta be able to get what kill you can get.
Sometimes a kill's a kill. It opens up that space. Right now, they could be having a free Roshan off the back of a Lion kill, but Thunder Predator are still, in fact, positioned very nicely to contest this. Arena at the ready. Terrorize fake bump. There's the Epi. Misses the burrow, though. Gets a good Sandstorm down still, and a Terrorize to try and push them back. Roshan nowhere near dead, though. Juggernaut going to spin through, but the Finger of Death kills off Mariano. And now, in a 5 versus 4, if Anti-Mage wants to join in here, they could try and snipe and contest this Roshan. It's about to drop, stunning the Huskar. Roshan's falling. Aegis picked up by the Huskar. They get it. Radiant kill and claim. The Roshan kill and the goodies that go along with it. As Moose are making the retreat with the rest of the Thunder Predator squad.
While all that was happening, Gary, Anti-Mage was just freely farming. He's got a Yasha up momentarily. It's getting real big on his AM. But the Huskar is keeping up with him. Huskar can just go wherever he wants and farm. He doesn't need to think about who's going to go after him.
And it's always going to be moving forward as well towards objectives. Get up into that top tier 2. I think they've got a very good idea of where MJZ is, though. That Observer Ward has given them so much vision, but Sand getting speared up here with Leo Style arriving. And does take out the Sand King again, and a TP out from Frank means he's safely found his way back to Fountain. So Huskar, yet again, unable to stick on a target. Thunder Predator running circles around him.
This is insane. Angel, he's found Leo Style, but Leo Style can obviously get away from him very easily. Astral Step, Dissimulate. But yeah, Axel there didn't have his false promise up to save the Sand King. They're not finding the proper initiations with Mariano in this game.
And it's been a quiet one from
they found
Angel.
Frank.
But they will find Frank with an Omni Slash. He pops his drums and runs away. Not enough
That's
damage
enough.
from Angel. And Frank's out.
Phase boots. Yeah.
He's so speedy. He had
So
13 one
speedy.
charges and a Fairy Fire as well. He was nowhere near dead.
He had no boots earlier. He was very slow, and now he's got phase boots and drums.
Well, he's getting through those drums charges quickly. Okay, who's this? Mars. MJZ.
That's a kill they can
Finally.
get.
Finally, Infamous are going to get a kill. Position 5 Mars for KXY, but you just look at this map. 4 heroes from the Radiant are in that dire jungle. Mid lane's being cut, bot lane's being farmed,
My
top lane's
goodness.
being farmed. The efficiency from Thunder Predator is just through the roof.
This game feels like game number 2 all over again, but this time around, Thunder Predator are ahead in the game while split pushing. MNZ? There's a Hawk chasing the other heroes that are chasing MNZ, so he's gonna see that and just blink away. He's got Manta and 1,000 gold, Gary. That won't take more than 2 minutes for Anti-Mage to farm.
Yeah, it's going to be like 18-minute Battle Fury
18 and a
Manta
half, yeah.
shreds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's gonna feel real good. And
then
he's
you've
back
just got,
to
you know,
taking the
moves.
outpost. As Infamous just took this outpost and went back topside. Oh man, I can't believe it. The AM team is the one who got the tier 2 tower first.
That's
Not the
pretty
Huskar
nutty.
team.
Radiant's top
And you've just got this Lion like pushing top, has his blink delivered, not a care in the world for moves. Pushing top tier 1 and now looking to set up for a fight mid. Aegis still in the hands of that Huskar
Lion.
for a good couple of minutes. Maybe they can try and pop it here and force a fight around it, but the saves from Oracle are there behind him.
Good
So
counter
Huskar is
initiation.
able to jump in onto Frank, terrorize, catching him and the Lion as Beastmaster gets burst down by KXY. The trouble being your high ground
Still alive.
is being pushed by the anti-mage right now. You have to TB back and stop this man.
That's alright, Gary. They got the Juggernaut. Juggernaut can actually deal with the anti-mage.
Huskar?
So it's pretty much just 4v4 on the other side.
Wait, Huskar's diving into tier 3s.
what's
They're
going
trying
on
to
there?
chase back this Leo-style Void Spirit with 2 heroes, while Huskar's diving tier 3 onto this Mars and the Lion. He's lost his Aegis now.
Just
And they're
chilling.
not actually
He
killing
knows
off this tier 2.
he's got an Oracle behind him, Gary. No problem.
Man, I would avoid Leo-style in a pub if he was against me doing this kind of shit. He is just constantly cutting waves, dragging it back, making sure you can't push or anything, buying so much time for MNZ. It is obnoxious.
He only does this for MNZ. He's not going to do this for anyone else.
My man,
This is
Minos.
style try-harding right here.
Yeah, this
And
is
look
my
at his
carry.
item build too, Gary. Like, he's going first item ag. So like, this item build doesn't really have much potential. Like right away, you don't have the Yules, you don't really have pickoff, but it's good once you get it to just be able to silence up the Oracle and other heroes.
Yeah, focus Oracle, focus
Oh,
Willow.
is he
Don't
dead?
get
Yeah,
rooted
he's
and
dead.
caught in the mid lane though. Michael and Angel pairing up to find him. So his shenanigans stop as mid lane Axel speared up against the arena. MJZ finds that pick and a burst strike away by Sand King. Gets a bit of
He's
distance.
trapped.
Terrorize coming, but Sand King's already dead. Michael, he hesitated.
He did. He
Didn't
really
throw
did
it straight
hesitate.
away.
Canceled it once or twice there. And now they get 2 kills. Leo Styles dead, but that's alright because Thunder Predator are the ones pressuring the map. Like, Infamous are just not able to get out there right now. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that is Angel is a bit underfarmed in this game. He is behind the anti-mage. He's feeling the pressure from the AM, which I think should be the other way around.
What do you think the goal should be for Angel?
Oh, they got him.
The jump and the save. Axel's there with a false promise.
Very nice.
Angel's moving forward with a burst strike. They want to try and battle into Minos, but that's a very
Dark Willow
tanky
going
anti-mage with a Yule Scepter. Dark Willow catches Mars. And they'll just disengage now.
It was a nice play there from Thunder Predator, but Axel ready for counter initiation. And you know you gotta be afraid if you're Juggernaut at this point because the Blink Dagger Lion is online. You can't just split push on your own anymore. Unless you got an Oracle behind you or a Sanking behind you who can just counter initiate.
Top tower is under attack.
I guess the silver lining, even though Angel isn't top of the net worth, is still 2 cores on the Radiant up against this single anti-mage. In terms of actual farm distribution anyway.
Yeah.
So Angel's
That
still
is,
going to get...
Exactly, you're right. That's going to be a bigger problem as the game progresses, like into the super late game. Frank?
He does get the roar off. The trouble being, a Radiant have brought the numbers. Bedlam and Burrow Strike clear through that Beastmaster.
Yep.
They would love to
Such a
go and
big-
get an objective again, though, but no Roshan. Difficult to get on tier 2s.
And the lanes are kind of pushed out. They can go for the tier 2 middle though. This could be a good tier 2 to take so that they can at least control this top outpost. They're actually suffering in terms of experience on the side of Infamous because Thunder Predator got that bottom tier 2 tower and negating the outpost effect for Infamous.
And they're guarding it so heavily as well. Like MJZ, he's down there, so's Moose. Both ready to strike if the anti-mage or that outpost do get contested. And they're going again forward onto Angel.
They're just forcing
making his life
TPs,
a
Gary.
living
That's
hell.
it. They're just teabagging them. You can't do anything about it. You don't got the catch. I think Mariano, that's supposed to be his job, but he's been having a very bad flow to his game. Starting off with laning against an anti-mage. His initial blink stuns have missed, and now he's just pretty much questioning himself as to what he should be doing on the map. Look at his farm. He's got 5,800 net worth. Not even 6k at 22 minutes into the game as a position 3 Sanking. That is really rough.
Yeah, and he's got Lotus Orb queued up next. Brown Boots, Blink Dagger, Sand King.
I think he needs Boots of Travels. I think he's got to find a way to be able to just be everywhere on the map, ready to pair up with the Jug or the Huskar and still be able to push lanes out.
It could be a good shout. I'll see what he does when he gets 2,000 gold. Might be on his mind as well. KXY moving into the triangle, buying an Aghanim Scepter on this Huskar now. So we potentially will have that life break, forcing the kind of duel.
That's interesting.
Between
I just read it.
him and the AM, right?
Yeah. It's like a duel then, huh?
Yeah.
Or Lion?
Catch on moves. There's Mariana with a Burrow Strike. And the Lion, there's a little freebie there.
Hopefully that's
Down
gonna
bottom lane.
bring Mariana
Angel.
back.
Angel?
Oh, solo kill?
How? I only caught the tail end of that mid lane. They're trying to chase Leo style. Huskar. He can't get on top of the Void Spirit. I only caught the last 2 seconds of that, but it looks like he spun and then TP too late.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like the Mana Void managed to stop his TP. Got the kill. That's a huge kill. Look at top,
continues his streak.
Look at Frank right now. Look where the wave is up there. What can Infamous do with these kills at the moment?
Like, what is the answer to this Thunder Predator just flow of the map? Like, they just seem so clear cut. Where they move, they find a push. They're forcing the hand of this Infamous side to find these scrappy little kills here and there.
Yeah, I think bottom lane is also a big problem, especially with the Juggernaut being dead. They had to push the Glyph already. It's like they can't really go down there and push that lane. Oh no, the TP has been cancelled from Huskar. He's caught,
He's been caught out. And the Void Spirit's going to find him here. No, he pops his BKB. Battles MJZ. Okay. He's still got a halberd, but he's been roared up now. He gets the armor off, but they've surrounded him. Huskar's down. Oracle couldn't get the save either. He's walked into his own death. Thunder Predator.
So close. Wow. Okay, if Oracle still had that level 10 talent with the cast range, he would have been able to save that Huskar there. That's how close he was. If they could have got that ulti off, the Huskar would have turned around and killed all of them.
And now it's Roshan for TP.
Yep.
That was meant to belong to Infamous.
Exactly. They're playing Infamous like a fiddle right now. And at this stage in the game, if you're Infamous, the only real way for you to beat this is try to delay the game. You gotta take this to the super late game where the anti-mage becomes a little bit less of a problem because it's going to be 6-odded. And then you have the Huskar, you got the Juggernaut, you got plenty of physical damage that can beat out the AM in the late game. So it's a hard thing to do to try and concede the mid game like that. But it might be their only option, to be honest. The Juggernaut needs a few more items before he can really bite up into the AM.
This time, Angel not making a mistake. Spins and TPs. Make sure he doesn't get caught by anyone. Well, we're going to have a basher very soon on Minos. And all of a sudden, that spin TP becomes an incredible danger for the Juggernaut. Beastmaster's Hawk gets sniped out and he pauses. Now pushing out that mid wave with his little centaur. Go. He's ready. Who got the shard, by the way?
Ooh, good question. Looks like the Void Spirit got the shard.
Okay.
The dissimulate damage and an outer ring.
And a cheese.
I mean, I would have given it to the anti-mage. Anti-mage shard is insane. 300 extra range, 2 seconds lower cooldown. It's really, really good.
Blink X. Missing out on the Earth Spike.
Nope,
KXY does, of course, have the Oracle behind him.
some skills.
Just waiting for Minos to kill off the tower.
They found the Oracle.
As a roar, they find the Oracle. The perfect target, blowing him up. Now the Astral Step with a hasted Void Spirit. Do they find any more? No.
KXY also has to pop his BKB there, so that's down to 7 seconds.
These Ags. Oh. Interesting. He just
Oh, it made the Huskar attack the anti-mage because they got reflected. So the anti-mage could just blink out because it's his taunt now, not the Huskar's taunt anymore.
Oh. So it doesn't work like duel.
Yeah.
Well, they'll catch mid lane
It's
at least.
more like Berserker's Call, Gary. Axe.
Yeah, single target Berserker's Call, you're right. Well, that doesn't work as maybe the Huskar would have expected or wanted it to, and he's just been blown up by a finger of death. Void Spirit's chasing this Shadow Realm Dark Willow. Oh, there's no Roar, trying to chuck some axes towards him. Leo style, considering the jump onto high ground, as the rest of his team come in to back them up, and actually, they could push bottom. The tier 3 is already so low, they can go for barracks. No Huskar for 30 seconds. They've got Aegis on this anti-mage. He's going to bash her. He's going to whack into Angel. Pick apart these buildings. It feels like there's absolutely no response from the Radiant. They're going to jump straight onto Angel. Force to save from the Oracle. The false promise is there. But Angel has no mana. He's probably just going to get popped down here by the AM jumping on him. Dark Willow, what can you do? Can't save the AM against that Mana Void. Minos finds the takedown. And Juggernaut at this point, you don't want to buy back. But if you don't buy back, you're going to lose your base.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Huskar? They don't have false promise. Don't forget that. There is no save here. And with this Mars Arena catching the Sanking inside, the AM just going wild on them. Minos is a one-man show at this point. The single carry anti-mage is slaughtering them. Lion down, but the rest of Thunder Predator still strong and ready to fight. Try and drag them back away from those tier 3s. Fight on the high ground near the triangle.
They've lost their most important disabler, the Lion. And they just decided to back off after that. They need all the disables they have to be able to deal with this Huskar, especially while his BKB is off cooldown here. Just gonna chill up here, push some lanes out. Still got one more minute on the Aegis, but that's okay. You can just farm, wait for Infamous to make a mistake, because they're the ones who are feeling the pressure right now. They're stuck inside the base. They need to go out and do something.
Radiant's top tower.
They were kind of wondering, like, do we go smoke towards them? Like, they've got a smoke on Michael. Do we go? We got to clear out bot wave. They were running around in circles in the mid lane.
The Aegis timer, they got it. They know it's still one more minute. Even if they meet the anti-mage, they can't just go past that anti-mage to kill the other heroes, and the anti-mage is going to kill you instead.
And that is now leaps and bounds ahead of you.
Exactly. If the Aegis is down, though, then you have an opportunity. But if you think about it and look at the Huskar's net worth, like, he's not super far behind. He is like a big item behind, but he can still do plenty of damage as a Huskar. The real problem for me this game has been the Juggernaut and the Sanking. I think their early game was way too poor, and they haven't been able to find the impact that you would think these two heroes would have in this game.
Yeah, they didn't really have... Like, the Huskar, I guess, was meant to alleviate that pressure and allow them to find little spots on the map to farm and keep going, pushing out waves. But it's just been an absolute masterclass by Thunder Predator in how to play the map and force your opponents into these really awkward spots. MGZ holds that high ground, breaks the smoke. They all come down on him, but Mariana roared now, and Leo Star's there, forcing the false promise and the BKB onto KXY. Juggernaut, Angel, focusing Minos. He's got a BKB on the anti-mage, though. He's just going to bash and whack into the Huskar, who does jump into the back lines. Moose being focused, but they've lost so much. The buyback on the Mars going to come through. Now in onto the Moose Lion, self-fuels by the Shadow Realm Dark Willow. And the spear back, but this Juggernaut spinning. Anti-mage dying. They found Minos. The Jug and Huskar, they get the big ticket kill, and Leo Stahl, he's got to bail, ditching away.
Wow, fear from the Dark Willow into the life break that taunts the anti-mage onto the Huskar, and they managed to bring him down. If Mars also bought out here, he's got to be a bit careful. But they found the Oracle first, Gary. That's what matters.
They'll make that jump. Huskar speared up against the tree.
Alright, they respect it. They don't have anything more for the Huskar. Not enough damage to bring down the Oracle with Leo Style alone. They're just going to back off. Meanwhile, Juggernaut just going to be able to farm here. Both teams using 2 buybacks each and on the supports. So that's what we're going to be looking at next fight, Gary.
Yeah, and it's a pretty decent period of the game for this to happen. Roshan's not alive for another minute and a half, and they know that Radiant team can't really move across the river. So even with Anti-Mage dead for another 30 seconds, nothing drastic is lost for Thunder Predator. They can still stay in the same positions on the map that they have been, still play forward and push these waves towards the Radiant base, and again, force Infamous to try and make some kind of move.
There is one thing that's different though, Gary. The Anti-Mage just bled, and he's getting very close to being 6-slotted.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
unless he decides to drop the power treads, they do not have spider legs, I believe, on the side of Dire. Yeah, they do not. So he's probably not going to want to drop those treads. He can upgrade his Skull Basher into an Abyssal Blade, but that's really going to be it.
Yeah, true, and he's got an MKB queued up. Is he thinking Juggernaut's going to be buying Butterfly here? Is that for the Halberd of
Possible.
Huskar?
Hold on. Juggernaut's got a Rapier queued up and a Swift Blink. I'm sure he's just trolling, you know? But
Are you sure?
yeah, I mean, unless he didn't read patch notes and Rapier doesn't have True Strike anymore.
Yeah, he's going to need an MKB against the AM, right?
He's read the patch notes. He knows it doesn't have True Strike. Before someone calls me crazy.
He's got to know. But yeah, he probably needs an MKB against this AM, or else he's just going to straight up struggle to hit him. Huskar, that's an item. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Quickening Charm, interesting. Get that life
Octarine-
break on a lower cooldown. Oh, the
Octarine Core?
Aether Lens. Oh, that's what
Yeah.
you're looking at. I thought you were looking
The
at a
Octarine
neutral
Core?
item. All right.
Nope.
Octarine Core. Interesting. I mean, longer cast range on life break. That's interesting, right?
I thought
Okay,
I'd clicked.
okay.
I thought I'd clicked on like the Oracle or something. I was like, wait, no, he's got an armor and a halberd. That's the
Oh,
Huskar with an Aether
You know
Lens.
what he needs, Gary? He needs a shard. So if he gets roared, he can still use Inner Fire, disarm everyone, and push
Ooh.
them away.
Yeah, that'd be huge for him.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I mean, look at all the stuns they have. I mean, Hex is pretty much the only way you can stop the Inner Fire from going off in that situation. Because you got to pretty much stun him and silence him.
That's such a good shard. And
Yeah.
just lowering cooldown is pretty good on its own. Reducing healing, movement speed slow.
You know what, Gary? It's incredible what they've done with shards, really. It's like...
Oh, it's a whole new
For
game.
every situation, you have a way to work around it, whether through normal items or buying shard or agonyms. I mean, it just feels so nice playing Dota with any hero right now. Oh, they found one.
Scouting
MJZ.
Mars.
They don't see him, though. Those Brambles don't get vision inside the pit.
So he just blinks out.
That could have been a huge kill, though. He had no buyback on the Mars, and no one on Thunder Predator were ready to fight.
Yeah, and Roshan up in about 50 seconds. Something that Infamous desperately need.
What's
They've got to
going
come
on,
down
Juggernaut?
and maintain his bottom
me-
lane. Like, it's just naturally pushing in constantly.
Yeah, they gotta deal with that. And whenever Roshan is up and they see a hero bottom, they're just gonna go in there and do it. They got the Beastmaster with the Solar Crest, the auras, obviously. Anti-Mage does hell of a lot of damage. He's got a bottled double damage rune right now. Thanks to Void Spirit. Giving it to him.
Let's see what he can use it for.
Oh,
Void
you know what
Spirit,
else would
gonna
be
scout
cool?
Roche.
Nah, that's not cool. I was gonna say Huskar with Blade Mail with this life break. But then he's out of item slots already. Right? You're like an axe. You just go in, life break.
Eat the Aghanim Scepter by a late game Blade Mail.
Yeah, it's possible.
Jump
they
in on
found a
Beastmaster. Long range
off.
life break. Oh god, straight onto him, and he BKB's up as the Anti-Mage does blink forward. BKB's himself, another life break from KX1.
Oh,
He's
where's
been
the
bashed and
Oracle
stunned.
ulti?
He can't deal with a BKB Anti-Mage.
Damn.
And this is now
It's not
two
only-
heroes without buyback. They got the Oracle and the Huskar, and Roshan's alive.
It's not only the BKB anti-mage, it was also the double damage, plus the Oracle was being jumped by Leo style at the same time. So he cannot get the false promise off on the Huskar and try to get him to man fight the AM there.
Fallen to the dire.
Perfect timing. Who's the axe for? Oh, there we go. We got it. The Beastmaster. Calling for it. And now he's got it for free.
Frank with the axes.
Rest easy, child.
He can actually do some damage now. He's been an Aura bot. Solar Crest, Lotus Orb. Where's his helm creep?
Radiant's top tower.
Does he not have one?
Well, Gary.
So sad. I was wondering if it was pushing bot lane or something, but no, it doesn't look like he's picked one up or it's been killed off. But there's a tier 3 for the anti-mage.
You're gonna have to just play for the mid one instead.
Hold out and wait for Huskar to respawn, yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Let them take it. Let them pillage your base.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Try and defend this last lane.
Structures are fortified.
Yeah, they're going to glyph it up as well. 5 seconds for Huskar to
5
respawn.
seconds, yep. The Aegis anti-mage though, with the Lotus and a Solar Crest on him, he's gonna be very happy. AM can lose twice the health though from a life break here.
There's the jump in, very deep. The Mars ulti comes through and they have feared the
Get the Lion
end.
first.
False promises there. They've killed off Moses Lion, focusing on the anti-mage now, but he's pretty damn tanky. Stunning him and disabling Shaw. First life down. But he's got the BKB and the cheese when he comes back up. Still in a 5v4 inside this Radiant base, though, as Leostar dives into the back, looking for the Oracle, trying to hunt him down, but the big cleaves! The Juggernaut slices through them as the AM blinks back, but in comes the spin. Juggernaut, he's able to do a lot of damage. The Yules into the air, they have the disables, the Fortune Sense is going to catch the anti-mage, and now a burst strike. The stuns, the bashes, they've got him! Minos down!
Goodness. This Rapier Juggernaut is actually working. He was not trolling. He didn't even get True Strike. He just went in with the Rapier.
Yeah.
He just let the Omni Slash do the work for him.
He doesn't have Ags, he doesn't have a Swift Blink, he's just got this Blink, Rapier, Omni Slash.
Radiant's middle
Okay,
tower
this
under
is some
attack.
big balls play from the Juggernaut, I must say. I mean, he needed to do it though. They only got 1 Rax left. They found Frank. Actually, Frank was looking for Michael, but Michael just solo killed him instead.
And now Leo Style looking for Axel. Kills off the Oracle. There's a life
Leo
break
Style.
in again. Leo Style. He's going to get stunned up by a Cursed
get
Crown. Michael chasing forward with the brambles around him. Leo Style going to have to dissimulate away. They don't catch him with the life break.
Has fallen.
Barely
going for the
escaping. But
throne.
mid lane, the tier 4s. Does Anti-Mage have to buy back?
Tower is under attack.
He might have to here.
Lion makes the jump. AM buys back. They want this Rapier. Try and catch the Jug. Mana Drain there. Taunted up by the Remnant. Catching and bashing. Taking down
Like
Angel
that?
with the Mana Void. And there's the Rapier for your Anti-Mage. Yaws into the air onto the Mars. But Leo Style, he's hunting, diving for the Shadow Realm Michael. Dark Willow, hexed and killed. Both Radiant heroes have buyback, but they've lost their Rapier. And their base is in disarray. There are creeps killing your tier 4s while the Oracle's slain. No buyback on him for a minute and a half. He'll die.
He also died back. Like that, Gary? Dude, Thunder Predator just played him like a fiddle. Like, they had the Rapier, they wanted to go for the throne play, they wanted to force the Anti-Mage to buy back, kill him, or take the throne, whatever it is. And he saw the Beastmaster and the Void Spirit. Like, they had the idea. They knew these supports need to go through the base to go to middle, and they just want to pick off one of the supports, get Infamous to split up, and that's exactly what happened, right? Huskar started chasing the Void Spirit, and now the Lion can go onto the Juggernaut, Anti-Mage buys back, kills him, Rapier's in their hands.
Now an AM Rapier with a Minotaur Horn, a BKB, and the ability here potentially just to take down that final barracks as there is no glyph. 2 minutes, it's on cooldown for the Radiant.
Okay, my idea don't seem so stupid anymore. Let's buy a Blade Mail on this Huskar.
Yep.
So he can life break the Anti-Mage, Blade Mail, and try to kill him with his own damage, because he's got a Rapier.
Hell yeah. I see it. He brings out a Spell Prism, so we're going to see a lot of life breaks. There's the Blink Burrow initiation. Life
Went
break
on to
in,
him.
Lotus with a spear
Oh,
back.
he died
Hex
so
Sword
fast.
obliterated. Oh, it's a disaster for your Huskar. Spinning forward, the Jug wants the Lion. He's Ghost Sceptered up. That's a lot of damage from that big old spinner Jug who blinks back. The BKB force onto Minos. A Yules and maybe a Spear here catching the Dark Willow, but they get the buildings. Mega Creeps are coming. And now the Radiant in an awful spot as they'll lose the Willow with no buyback on her or the Huskar. Your tier 4s, they are open.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
And it looks like Thunder Predator going to close out the series. 41 minutes in, a final fight, one last chance. Blink Burrow in, Juggernaut Omni Slash into the creep wave though, and AM has already killed off your throne. He turns and fights Angel. GG's called, and the series ends with Thunder Predator taking what's rightfully theirs, their victory. Dropping items in the process too.
That's insane. You know what, Gary? I'm not so sure about Thunder Predator's drafting. I'm still iffy on that, but their gameplay is spectacular. Like, they know how to move around the map. They know what to do, when to do it. I think MNZ on his anti-mage, like, is very vocal about what he wants his team to be doing at certain points in the game, and he's also very aggressive in terms of how to pressure the opponent. And you saw Infamous here. They were just outclassed in terms of macro movements, and Thunder Predator, much deserved win for them.
Absolutely.